We are in Austria for the Austrian Grand Prix, and I will not be singing The Hills Are Alive with the sound of music, because I'll probably break people's laptop screens and computer screens trying to sing. But enough of that. We are ready for the Austrian Grand Prix round the A1 ring, and we have a very far camera angle as lights out and away we go. Everyone's automatically gone to the right hand side of the grid. This is very slow. It's a very slow motion. This is. I'm enthralled with what's about to happen, because this race might go on forever if we have to look at it at this speed. I'm intrigued. Oh, there we are, and it's back to full racing speed as Alonso cuts Panis off around turn 1 and keeps hold of the lead. Coulthard has a little look down the inside of Panis as we have a replay here of Montoya. Verstappen is alongside him. He had a little look at trying to pass Verstappen as he goes into Barrichello. And that is about it. And there is Frentzen, and we are back live with Alonso as Panis has a little look down the inside of Alonso's inside Toyota. And now we have David Coulthard currently in 3rd place with his teammate Damon Hill currently in 4th place as we go into the cambered turn 4, I think, or 5. And then off camber with Fisichella, and then we've got Bertie and Salo as we go to the technical part of the circuit with Pedro de la Rosa currently in 8th place. Jensen Button's currently 9th place in his Renault as we go past the other technical corner. We've got Alex Young in 10th place, and Schumacher's currently in 11th place at the moment with Frentzen in 12th place. About to go towards the final 2 corners. We've got Villeneuve and then Takagi in 14th, Barrichello 15th currently. And then we're going down the back straight. Heifeld in 16th with Montoya in 17th. Verstappen has dropped back a little bit. He's currently in 18th. With Massa in 19th place at the moment. And Ralf Schumacher currently bringing up the rear. With Massa having a little look down the inside of Verstappen, it looked like. As we go back onto the race leader of Alonso. Coming towards turn 4. Very difficult corner this to get right, but he's managed to get that pretty spot on there as we go around turn 5 on board with Panis as we get towards turn 6 and 7, and that is negotiated brilliantly up the hill towards turn 8 now. It's a very quick corner, this turn 8 is taken in gear 3, so it's not that quick. Then we go Damon Hill in 4th. Going around the final corner of turn 9. Going down the main straight. It's certainly not a huge circuit this. This race will be done quite quickly, which pleases me, of course, because I won't have to commentate as much. But people would like to see action. Maybe you'll be treated to a 100% race one day. It wouldn't be a treat for me, because I'd have to commentate it all. We're on board with Salo now, with Bertie in front of him. Fisichella is in front of him. And then we have De La Rosa currently behind Salo. He's currently in 8th place at the moment. Pretty much in the middle of nowhere. Button's nowhere near him, and neither is Salo. 9th place is a car. It is Button, because we've gone on board with Alex Young as they go round the long, and we are now on board with Young again in a different part of the circuit. Is there going to be action, or is it going to be pretty much line astern? It looks to be Salo we are on board with, who has a problem, it looks like. He seems to be going considerably slower than the rest. It's because he is stuck in 6th gear and has very poor acceleration coming out of the corners. It looks like Mika Salo is on his way to retirement. He's stuck in 6th gear As Button overtakes him, Young has a little look at overtaking him. He will easily overtake him. Is Schumacher now going to overtake him? Not yet. Oh, he's down the inside. Schumacher is overtaking him. Is Villeneuve now going to overtake Salo through this section? It looks to me like Villeneuve has not been able to overtake him. He's going to get a much better exit out of this corner. Is he going to overtake him? It's going to be quite dangerous to overtake him with him going into the pits. And then Frentzen overtakes him. Takagi overtakes him. Salo is now going into the pits to park the car up into retirement, as we see his teammate Fernando Alonso still leading the Austrian Grand Prix. Olivier Panis currently in second place at the moment as they go round turn 4. The Toyota of Alonso, a new recruit to Toyota this season. Alonso replacing the not so good Alan McNish. He has certainly performed like he was promised, especially after his rookie season in 2001, where he's shown glimmers of hope. He's been roped into the Toyota team and he's certainly doing a very good job at the moment. Still leading the Austrian Grand Prix after getting his first pole of the season. We will see the Toyota win and not the BAR, the Jaguar or the McLaren. The three teams have been very dominant this season at the moment, especially the Jaguar team, which you would expect after they won the title last season that they would challenge again for this season. So with the BARs, as we have Hill now in 4th place, currently chasing after his teammate, but he's just not quick enough at the moment. On lap 6 of the 26 laps here in Austria, Fisichella is in 5th place at the moment. He's pretty much in the middle of nowhere. A second gap in front and a second gap behind, with Bertie behind him at the moment. And it's De La Rosa in 7th place after he passed Salo, who is retired. As we go up the hill towards turn 8, is there going to be any overtaking opportunities? Probably not, because their car is nowhere near anyone else. Because Button is currently 6 seconds behind this group of cars, and Bertie is quite a distance in front, 1.7 seconds. It's Button that's currently holding everyone up behind him. He's got Young for company behind him at the moment. And they've actually pulled away a little bit from Schumacher. Schumacher losing a little bit of time to the Minardi and the Renault of Button, as we are on lap 7 of 26. Schumacher is currently in the middle of nowhere. It's Villeneuve that's slightly holding up Frentzen and Kagi's progress at the moment, as we go back on board with Alex Young in 9th place. And in 10th is Schumacher. Obviously, we were just on board with Schumacher. Is there going to be any challenges? We're going through the classified results at the moment. Alonso is currently leading from Panis by 2.5 seconds. And it's the two McLarens of Coulthard and Hill, with Fisichella in 5th place and Bertie is currently in 6th. De La Rosa 7th, 10.3 seconds behind the leader, which is catchable at the moment. And then we've got a huge gap to Jenson Button, 17.8 seconds behind the leader. He's in 8th. Young's in 9th. Schumacher's currently in 10th place, and we've got Frentzen that's in 11th. He's managed to pass Villeneuve. 12th is Villeneuve, 13th Takagi, 14th is Villeneuve. Villeneuve must have gone into the pits. Heidfeld has gone up to 13th, Mass is up to 14th, so it looks like Takagi's pitted as well. Juan Pablo Montoya looks like he's pitted as well, and I have no idea what the positions are anymore because everyone's just pitting at the moment on lap 8. But we do have Montoya currently in last place, about 41 seconds behind the leader, which is currently Fernando Alonso in the Toyota. Is he going to dive into the pits? No, but we are on board with Juan Pablo Montoya coming out of the pits. 14.8 seconds behind Takagi now, which is quite a distance. There is Villeneuve in front of Takagi still. Takagi is fueled very shortly. There is Villeneuve in 17th place. He has come out just behind Verstappen, who is yet to pit. And he's got Schumacher in front. Verstappen not performing well at the moment. We have Massa and Heidfeld now following each other as they go down the main straight. It's a very big gap behind all the rest of them. That was Salo, he's already retired. And then we have Barrichello, who's currently in 12th place at the moment. Frentzen is in front of him, who is due a pit stop in the next couple of laps. The arrows are looking to one stop like they have been, as we see the Toyota of Alonso going into the pit from the lead of this Austrian Grand Prix. Currently on lap 9, and he slows down and Panis takes the lead off of him. Into the pits he goes, and off go the Warner Michelin tyres. On go the new Michelin tyres. That's a very slow stop from the Toyota. It's an 8.5 seconds actually. It's not that slow, but it could certainly improve that pit stop. Out he goes now in 5th place, losing 4 places to 4 people that have not stopped yet. Here is Bertie. He's currently in 4th with Fisichella in front of him. 1.7 seconds in front. Make that 1.5 as we have a replay of Massa and Heidfeld. What is going to happen here? The two Saubers have seemed to have hit each other, and then oh dear, that's a big accident there. Schumacher looks to have been taken out. It's all started with Massa hitting the back of Heidfeld. Schumacher unsighted, it seems. He's hit the back. Verstappen's then hit the back of Schumacher. Verstappen's also out. Takagi has managed to get through it. Massa's also still in. That was quite the accident we had there. Taking, 3 cars out. It was Verstappen, Massa, and Schumacher. No, not Massa. Heidfeld. All 3 of them taken out. And it all started with the 2 Saubers hitting each other. Now, what's going to happen here? We've got Panis currently in the lead after that rather spectacular accident that we had. Coulthard is currently in 2nd place. He's 3.3 seconds behind Panis. It's just a shame that all of them were back markers. It would have been interesting to see if any of the front runners had taken each other out, because then we would have seen some of the back markers possibly scoring quite a few points. But alas, at the moment, the front runners are performing well anyway. We have Panis going into the pits. He's about to run out of fuel, but he should be able to get into the pits just fine. We have Coulthard currently 5 seconds, 3.6. As we have, it was Schumacher, Heidfeld, both Heidfeld and Massa are out. Verstappen is also out after the accident. Fisichella goes into his pit box. Bertie will go into his pit box. Will Panis get out in front of Alonso? Where is Alonso? He's already gone up to the first corner. It's a very difficult pit to exit as they go in through the inside of the first corner, but Alonso is far away. With Schumacher's currently in 3rd place, but I don't know if he's pitted or not. We are soon to see. He appears to have already pitted, because that is Schumacher in a net third place. With Coulthard's currently in fourth and Hill in fifth. That is quite remarkable how the Ferrari has managed to jump all of these people. Cars. Fisichella is currently in sixth place with Bertie behind him in seventh. And Barrichello is in 8th place. I forgot that the Ferraris are one-stopping, aren't they? So they haven't pitted yet, as they're going very far into the race. As Pedro de la Rosa is behind Barrichello with Button in 10th place. And in the last point scoring position, he is 11 seconds back with Young directly behind the Renault. And Frentzen 5 seconds back. We believe that Frentzen is one stopping, so Frentzen is currently in a net 10th place and going to get that final point at the moment. With Bertie, Barrichello and De La Rosa currently in 7th, 8th and 9th. We've got Young and Button line astern. Takagi is currently in 13th place, with Villeneuve in 14th and 15th, and in last place, we only have 15 runners, is a car. Pablo Montoya. As we see the list of retirements currently, both Saubers, the Arrows of Verstappen, the Williams of Ralf Schumacher, and the other one retired, and that is Barrichello slowing down. Barrichello is got a gearbox problem. He's putting into the pits for retirement. And he is out of the Austrian Grand Prix from 8th place. This promotes quite a few people up the order. And he's now... that was rather interesting. We are on board with Button, with Young directly behind him. This then puts Button in 9th, Young in 10th. Frentzen is currently in 11th place, but will soon be 9th once people have made their pit stops. Is Young going to pass Button? At the moment he is not, but he still has 12 laps to pass him. And that's Button going straight on into the wall. Button is out of this race as well. He's clambered into the tyre barrier with what can only be described as probably a brake failure. He is now out of the race. We currently have 13 cars. We have a replay. This is the fastest part of the circuit. He's just not been able to brake, and he's plowed straight into the tyre barrier. Hopefully Button is okay after that, as we have quite the interesting battle here. We have Coulthard 4th place at the moment, with Schumacher directly in front of him, and that is Hill in 5th place. All of them have managed to converge together. This is going to be quite the battle at the moment. Coulthard's currently in 4th place. He's looking to get back into 3rd place. He should have had, but Schumacher is yet to pit. So currently we have the McLarens in 4th and 5th place. The car of Button has not been cleared up yet. I doubt he'll be cleared up. And we are on board with Hill as we look at the battle between Schumacher and Coulthard. Fisichella looks to be joining in with the battle. Here is Coulthard. He's in 4th place. And Schumacher is currently in 3rd place. Is he going to pit anytime soon? At the moment he is not. He is travelling on for one more lap at the moment in that scarlet red Ferrari from Italy. And we are starting the 16th lap. There is 11 laps to go. Is Coulthard going to send one down the inside of Schumacher? He had a look. Schumacher's closed the door. And Schumacher is staying in 3rd place at the moment. Now, Coulthard going up the hill towards turn 3. Nothing doing there. Schumacher hold on to third place. He's got Coulthard, Hill, and also Fisichella now going to join in with the party as they go down towards turn 4. And there we go on board now with Panis. It's a bit calmer now with Panis in second place. He is 6 seconds in front of Schumacher, with Alonso also easily ahead. He's 3.5 seconds in front of Panis. It gives me a little bit of a breather as there's not much action going on at the front, but we go on board with where the main action is. Schumacher in third, Coulthard is in fourth place. Both of them have been battling this for the past 2 to 3 laps. Is Coulthard now going to overtake Schumacher? Is he going to send one down the inside of this corner like he did in the previous lap? He's showing his car towards him, and that's Panis. Panis has pulled off to the side of the road. He's out of the race as well. What on earth is happening? Now Panis appears to have a brake failure, and that is a catastrophic accident for the BAR. He is now out of the race as well. The main championship protagonist off the side of the road. He is out. Hill is going to have a look at Coulthard. Nothing doing there. This has now just become all too easy for Alonso in the lead. And now we're going to have Schumacher, Coulthard and Hill and Fisichella all fighting for now second place after. What a turn of events we've currently had. I'm running out of words to say. Coulthard's currently in third place. He's still trying to overtake Schumacher, who is occupying that second place spot because he has not pitted yet. Coulthard is now visibly going after Schumacher. Is Schumacher going to go into the pits? No, he isn't. Schumacher is staying up for one more lap. It's currently Fernando Alonso leading this Austrian Grand Prix, this entertaining Austrian Grand Prix. We've had so many retirements. We've got Alonso in the pits currently, so that means Schumacher is leading the Austrian Grand Prix. Who'd have thought that when we started the race? Alonso's now down into 7th place, as all of these cars are very close. There is Young, he is in 8th place. We're soon to see Frentzen, I presume it's going to be in 9th place. There he is 9.3 seconds behind Alex Young in the Minardi. Villeneuve is in 10th place, he's 7.3 seconds behind Frentzen. But it's the battle of the front runners that we are witnessing here, as Schumacher appears to be going into the pits this lap. Coulthard quite close to him. What's going to happen here? Schumacher pulls off to the side. He's going into the pits. Coulthard had a little bit of a twitch there. Is Fisichella going to take advantage of Hill having to slow down for Coulthard? No, he isn't. As these three now go down the pit straight for the 19th time. We have Montoya coming out of the pits. He's going to cause a few problems for the four in fact, because Bertie has joined in with the fun. We have Hill, Fisichella. Fisichella has gone down the inside of Hill. Is this going to be a move for the overtake? Yes, it is. Fisichella overtakes Hill. He takes over current second place at the moment from these lots. De La Rosa's in 5th place. He's quite the distance away from them. There is Alonso. He's in 6th place. Schumacher is far behind Alonso. Here is Coulthard. He's currently in the lead and catching Montoya quite quickly. He's managed to pull away from Fisichella, who's managed to pass Hill. Here goes Coulthard. Is he going to send one down the inside of Montoya? Yes, he is. Is Montoya going to let him go? Yes, he is. We have Fisichella, and that is Hill going into the pits. That's Hill for the second time going into the pits. Is Hill going to jump Schumacher, or are we going to see a shock podium for the Ferrari? It could be very well possible. We are concentrating on Hill in the pits. Schumacher is going to come down the final 2 corners. Hill is coming down the pit lane. Is Schumacher going to pass Hill? We are now on board with Schumacher. Hill is going up the pit road hill, and it looks like Hill has passed Schumacher into what is now 6th place for the McLaren, as Hill goes up the hill towards turn 3, and then he'll go down the hill. Will Hill to go to turn 4, as we have Coulthard in front of Fisichella, but Fisichella is peeling into the pit lane for the second and final time for the Renault team. Fisichella should have won the Brazilian Grand Prix, arguably, if he hadn't have had that problem. He was miles ahead. Hopefully this result should help the Renault team, because currently he's gone to a good result as the change of tyres. There goes Alonso, there goes Montoya, and there goes Fisichella. 7.8 second pit stop. He didn't get held up by Pedro de la Rosa coming into the pits as well. He's now going up the hill. So is Hill is also going up the hill, but Fisichella has managed to jump Hill because he was too slow going up the hill, and that is Fisichella into 4th place. He was already ahead of Hill as Hill and Fisichella go up the hill into turn 3, and then Fisichella and Hill go down the hill towards turn 4 as we go on board with Schumacher. And now we're on board with Frentzen, as it's actually De La Rosa that's behind Frentzen. De La Rosa has been jumped by Frentzen. That's a turn up for the books. Didn't think an Arrows would be in front of the Jaguar team, especially how dominant the Jaguar team have been, as we have Takagi in the pits, which promotes Villeneuve into a very rare points position. There is Bertie going up the hill. Hill isn't going up the hill yet. This is Montoya going towards the hill, towards turn 1. He's the last remaining driver, as we have Coulthard coming out of the pits. Alonso has already gone past. Will Fisichella go past Coulthard? Will Hill going up the hill past Coulthard? It's going to be incredibly close to and Fisichella has jumped Coulthard. Fisichella is in a net 2nd place. As now we've got Fisichella, Coulthard and Hill going up the hill towards turn 3. This is going to be I don't even know what I'm saying anymore. This is going to be a scrap now. This will probably be 2nd place. Alonso is far in the lead. I don't know who's leading. It is Bertie that's currently leading. Bertie has not pitted yet. Here is Bertie pitting now for the 2nd and final time. Is the Jaguar team going to service the Jaguar green car of Bertie quickly? Bertie currently leads the race, but not for long, as Alonso is now past him. He's well ahead of Fisichella, who's currently 10 seconds behind. All 4 tyres have been changed. The fuel has been put in, and away goes Bertie. Is Bertie going to jump anyone? He's not going to jump Fisichella. Fisichella will have already go past him. Coulthard's already going to go past him. Is Hill going to go past him? No, he isn't. Hill is now also behind Bertie. That's disastrous for Hill. He's lost so many places now. But Hill is going straight down the inside of Bertie. Is Hill going to make it stick? No, he isn't. Bertie holds his line. He stays in 4th place. Now, is Hill going to send one down the inside of this corner? No, he isn't. Bertie keeps hold of 4th place for the time being. Fisichella is in 2nd. Coulthard's in 3rd. Bertie in 4th. And Hill is in 5th place at the moment. As that's Coulthard. Coulthard got off. And now, oh my, that's... So, I don't know what's happened there. We've got Coulthard slowing down suddenly, going around that corner. I don't know what happened to Coulthard. He's going to go, there he goes, over to the side of the road. Hill has mistimed it and has speared into the side of him. Schumacher has speared into the side of Coulthard. So both Hill and Schumacher have lost their front wing. That is disastrous for both of them cars. We're not going to see the final 4-lap showdown between the McLarens and the Jaguar. The Jaguar is now in 3rd place, a clear 3rd place. And we're now down to 11 runners. Surprisingly, Fisichella's in 2nd place. He doesn't know what's happened because everything went on behind him. There's 3 laps to go in this race. And we have De La Rosa in 8th place. He's also lost his front wing. Where's his front wing gone? He's now going down the track with no front wing. What's happened to him? Young is currently in front of him in 5th place. We've got Hill in behind him. What on earth has happened to De La Rosa? He's not got a front wing. Has he come to blows with a slow car? Young is in 5th place. Heinz-Harald Frentzen, of all the cars, Frentzen is currently in 4th place at the moment and looking good for 7 points. Who'd have thought the arrows would be this high up at the start of the race? What a race this has been. Very high attrition rate this race has been. It's amazing that we've still got 11 cars running at the moment. Now there's Damon Hill. He's in 7th place. All the jokes that I've made about his last name have obviously not helped him, but he's now just catching up with De La Rosa, who's currently riding around with no front wing. As we go into turn 7, turn 8 is where the pits are. De La Rosa has gone into the pits. Hill has now passed him into 6th place. I have no idea what's been going on. Everything has just happened, and this is certainly one of the weirdest races ever. Everyone's just been crashing, and now we've got De La Rosa going into the pits with no front wing. We've no idea where his front wing's gone. Villeneuve has gone into 7th place. Schumacher's in 8th. De La Rosa's about to go out of the pits. He's in 9th at the moment. It's Takagi going to pass De La Rosa. There goes Alonso. Alonso's lapped De La Rosa. Alonso's in fact in his last lap. No, because Takagi's on the side of the road. Takagi is out of the race. Oh my goodness. Montoya's in 10th place. There's now just 10 runners left in the race. Unbelievable. Schumacher is currently being held up by Villeneuve. I'm glad this is the final lap because I don't know how much more I can take of this. Hill is in 6th place after looking set for a podium. Young is currently in 5th place. Frentzen is still in 4th place and is doing absolute wonders in that Arrows car that should not be in 4th place. Bertie is currently in 3rd place. Then we have Fisichella in 2nd place. The top 3 look to be the normal of this, and everything has gone on behind Alonso. Alonso has been unknowing to the rest of the race. He's not known what's happened behind him. Everything's happened behind him. Alonso's had a nice, quiet race, and as he goes across the finish line to win the Austrian Grand Prix. It's the first race win for Fernando Alonso. It's the first win for Toyota this season. And we have Fisichella coming home in 2nd place. This has been the most amazing Grand Prix I've witnessed. Bertie's in 3rd place. Heinz-Harald Frentzen in the struggling Arrows is coming around the final corner to take home a 4th place. Unbelievable. Young is coming home in 5th place. Who would have thought that would happen in the start of the race? Minardi has been struggling as well. Hill, unlucky to Hill, but Hill is coming home in neutral. Is he going to cross the finish line? He's had a problem going across the finish line, and he's only just been able to finish. Villeneuve comes home in 7th place. They've only just avoided Hill. Schumacher's come home in 8th place. De La Rosa is coming round into the pits in 9th place because he's been lapped. And I don't know what to say about this race. This race has been amazing to watch. And we have the classified results of what's left of the field. Alonso wins the Austrian Grand Prix by 12.8 seconds from Giancarlo Fisichella in the Renault. Third place, rounding off the podium, is Luciano Berti in the Jaguar, 15 seconds. Sorry about that. 15 seconds behind the leader. Frentzen in the Arrows, 35 seconds behind the leader, but he finished in 4th place. And then we have Alex Young finishing in 5th place for the Minardi team. 6th place, Damon Hill. Damon Hill should have probably been on the podium, but he's ended up in 6th place. Villeneuve, who has not scored a single point all season, has managed to come home in 7th place in the sole remaining BAR. I don't even think there's a car left that's got 2 teams in the points apart from the Jaguar team. And even they scored quite low points in the other car. It's just been unbelievable. 8th place was Michael Schumacher. He should have been on the podium as well, but he's ended up in 8th place after being collected by the 2 McLarens. 9th place is De La Rosa. He lost his front wing somewhere on the track. No idea where he lost his front wing. Hill also went into neutral on the finish line, for goodness sake. And 10th place in the final points position, the final finisher of this race was Montoya, who was nowhere in that race in the Williams, and he's ended up getting a point. Takagi is in 11th place. He went off very late on. Coulthard caused all the drama that's happened. And then we have Panis. He was another person that probably should have been on the podium. Everyone should have been on the podium in this race. And then we've got Button, who went off spectacularly into the fastest part of the circuit. Then we've got Barrichello, who was caught up in that big accident we saw in lap 8. Heidfeld also retired from that crash. Verstappen also retired from that crash. Massa also retired. Schumacher retired from the crash as well. Massa retired from the crash. And the only normal retirement was Salo, pretty much. I've got to catch my breath. This is what happened with De La Rosa. This is how he lost his front wing. He went down the inside of the Arrows. That was Frentzen. Frentzen was lucky not to lose his front wing, rear wing from the back of De La Rosa. It was Schumacher that was pitting. De La Rosa just drove into the back of him and then decided to do a whole lap without a front wing. But yeah, this has been the Austrian Grand Prix. I've got to catch my breath. This has been the most amazing race ever. I hope you enjoyed watching it as much as I've been commentating it. And goodbye.